Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what's good to say? I doubt it will stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr Podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Rumble, Rockfin, all of the places. But before I bring in our fabulous guests, I want to talk about my comedy dates. I'm heading to California at the end of the month with Ms. Lila Hart. She will be opening for me in Pasadena Thursday, February 23rd at an Elks Lodge. Yes, so excited. Ooh, I'm so excited to perform at Elks Lodge. I love old men. Then we'll be heading to San Diego for a Friday and Saturday show, February 24th and 25th at the Mic Drop Comedy Club. Check it out. We might do a little LA drive-by during this time. Not sure yet. Then I'll be headlining the Reef at Paradise Island in Staten Island, Friday, April 7th. Then I'll be in Jersey, Morris Plains, at headlining Tiff's Ale House, also known as the Dojo of Comedy, or the Dojo East, Saturday, April 8th. Then I'm heading to Dallas, May 5th and 6th. 2 shows, Friday, 2 shows, Saturday at Hyenas Comedy Club in Dallas. Love that place. Then I got Anime Matsuri. First time going to Anime Matsuri this year. There'll be some Simcast girls there at the convention August 10th through the 13th. Then I'm headlining in Houston that same weekend, Friday, August 11th at the Secret Group. Get your tickets now for all these shows at ChrissieMayr.com. Please and thank you. Yay, comedy. I like that song. I had a fan come up to me like last night at Compound, and he's like, you really need to have more ambient music like before Wet Spot. And I was like, I'm not in control of that. That's the it was like a long, weird conversation. Anyway, so excited to have these guys back on the show. They are the hosts of the Steel Toe Morning Show and the Steel Toe Evening Show, and they're just always streaming. These are the only 2 people who stream more than I do. Aaron and April M. Holt, welcome back and hello.
Hey.
Hi, Chrissie.
Oh my God, I missed you guys.
Same here.
Yeah, you two were just together not too long ago talking about underwear and ass play and all kinds of things.
Yes,
I just fell asleep that night to just people pulling out their underwear and dicks and assholes and it put me right to sleep.
That's one way to summarize Simcast. Yeah, usually Sunday nights, I will wake up Frank to like my excited screams of whatever we're talking about.
Oh,
Whether
hell
it's,
yeah,
like,
that's gonna be fun.
it's like we're watching like greasy wrestling or we'll pull up some crazy thing. But I haven't, my gosh, I think the last time we were all on together is when we were all swatted. My God, that seems like so long ago. That was what, October?
I think that was
so.
October. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll spill the beans. The person who did it has got arrested. They got arrested. They got charged. We were being tormented. You, myself, Bob Levy. We were being tormented by a 14-year-old. That is the person
God bless the parents,
who was swatting us.
No, I believe the children are our future.
Yeah, no, it's
you
great.
know,
Model citizen.
Was ordering us pizzas.
Till the last day, right?
Yeah, till the last. Yeah, the day
arrested.
before he was arrested, he ordered us a pizza. We never accepted them, but then I got a call from the detective the next day, and they were like, "Yeah, they got some 14-year-old kid in West Virginia. And then, there was a guy in New Jersey who like had been being bullied by this guy, and he was like targeting the guy's audience. He was targeting the guy's family business.
Wow.
Just tormenting this dude over and over for 3 years. So this asshole had been at it since he was like 11 or 12 years old, doing this to people. And this his name's David. I mean, he has a YouTube channel and everything, but he called into our show. And he was the day we were talking about it, and the guy was sobbing, like he was crying on our show.
The 14-year-old or the guy whose business?
Clarify.
No, the guy, the David, from New Jersey. He was he called in. Yeah, he was crying, and he's like, "This has been 3 years of my life. It's been torture. I'm going home from work. I'm having a beer. I'm so happy that this is all over." Wow. And so I guess. His swatting and internet career went from the age of 11 to 14.
How do you get into that at that age?
How does an 11-year-old? It's like you're supposed to be, I don't know, beginning chapter books. I don't know what the fuck 11-year-olds were doing. I started in competitive sports. Yeah. So I didn't have time to fucking.
I think you discover
grown people.
Yeah, you discover your boners at 11 or 12 too. No. And I think you spend a lot of your spare time just fiddling around with that guy. For a while.
I'm still waiting to discover my own boner.
You will. It's a magical time in a young person's life, and it's all perfectly natural.
Damn. 14 is too, you feel so torn because at first you're like, oh, this person's going down, like they screwed us all over, and then you're like, oh, it's a child. Wow. All right, I kind of feel bad.
It's a little bit of a letdown because I really wanted to screw them to the wall too. Like I hope their whole life's over and everything, just because of how many people they've fucked with.
Yeah, I have no qualms about it at all. I still hope he has a miserable rest of his life. I don't care that he's 14.
I hope he turns around. I hope that this was a wake-up call for him. And I don't know. I assume he's going to juvie or something, that he gets less time than a regular person.
What we were told is that he's not going to be able to face these charges as a juvenile because some of the charges will be federal.
Ooh.
So yeah, you can't be tried as a juvenile in a federal court. So yeah, what we're probably looking at, I don't know about jail time, but I know we're looking at a suspension from all internet access without supervision until like 18 or 21 or whatever.
So basically they're doing what a good parent would do.
Right.
Be like, so he's being grounded basically.
Yeah. And I guess we were told by fans of ours who saw it that like he was in the courtroom, his mom was with him. And like she was hostile towards the judge, like they were inconveniencing her in all of this. Like her kid was a piece of shit, and she should have kept an eye on him and everything. And she's like, "Wow, I think this is all just overblown and this and that." And it's like,
I'm imagining a woman like smoking in the courtroom, like, "What's the big deal? He swats us all the time. Me, my father, my sister." What's the big?
We can't.
Nobody died. Get over it.
We can't leave town on vacation without our hotel being emptied because our son's swatting us.
The problem was though, that's not where it ended. He didn't just stop at swatting people. Like,
yeah.
But I think we've said everything. Like the type of content that he sent to your phone specifically, or like the threats and stuff. That's where
he had like CP too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that's horrible.
That's where like nobody can be tried as a juvenile once you've done that. Because now not only have you like gotten those images and sent them somewhere, that means you're supporting like a CP trafficker somewhere too.
But it's also like a 14-year-old is still very much a kid, and he might not fully comprehend like what he's doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, clearly he has no
still a kid.
His life.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that like with the CP charges and stuff, that's all federal. And they said when they picked him up and the cops interviewed him, the detective said, he's like, "Look, we told the kid like you did this, and he denied everything." Then they said, "Well, we have all your hard drives and we're going to go through it." And the kid like gave up everybody, where he got everything from, where he downloaded it from, the servers, like he gave them everything.
I mean, that's good. That's good news. Yeah. So I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, the guy made his bed, but it does suck that he was a kid and had to kind of, wreck everything for himself.
And didn't he like harass you a bunch, April, as well? Or was that somebody else?
A lot of SA threats and death threats. So, yeah, that was me.
It's given you character, I think.
It was an ordeal to go through. I'd never had something like that done to me before, like over the internet and stuff. And like for a long time, you know, you don't know where this guy is. So there's always that weird thought in the back of your head too. Like could be next door, or he could be across the country. It's a very strange feeling.
Yeah. And the weirdest part, like they send you like the CP stuff and then you immediately drop your phone like you're holding hot coals.
It's so
and then
gross.
you call the cops and
I can't believe they were sending it to you. That's so disgusting.
And that on a number that they were able to trace back to him too. So I mean, he wasn't hiding it very well.
No.
But
Kids
the cops,
are dumb.
the cops come over to your house and you show them, they take pictures of it and everything else. And I'm like, oh, thank God this is gone. I can get rid of it. He goes, no. And the officer comes over, he goes, no. You cannot delete this off your phone. I'm like, no, come on. He's no, the detective may need it. It still may need to be evidenced and he can do a proper wipe and everything else. Like I had to hold this stuff on my phone for like 3 weeks until then the detective called and said, we don't need it. Then he emails you instructions on like how to do a proper, like complete elimination of this whole thing. It's just,
so you can't just delete. You can't just click on the thing and press delete.
No, you have to like wipe out like directory information and all kinds of shit that I still didn't know how to do. Yeah. If I had to, I just followed the step-by-step instructions.
Maybe so it doesn't like go to the cloud or something.
Yeah, right, exactly. And they have to put like, so when they told me like you have to keep this, they also said we're going to put your name on like a list of
registry.
Basically, though.
A temporary one where they're like, okay, this guy is a victim of this. So if you got pulled over and they searched your phone or anything and they found it, they can cross-reference your name with that and go, okay, this guy's not a bad dude or anything. He's got it because we're investigating this case. It's just so it's one of the grossest things.
Well, now you can't grow a mustache, Aaron. You know what I mean? Like,
don't worry, that wasn't a problem anyway. It comes in really patchy. It did me a favor.
It's just certain things like you can't go like this. You can't hang around. You know,
right?
Don't hang out. Don't stay too long at the playground. You know, you have to just
right. I can't. Yeah, I can't. If my son goes to the playground and they're playing, and then I look at another parent, I go, "Oh, your child is so cute." You know, I can't do that. It's
never do that.
Yeah, but definitely mustaches are out. Yeah,
I still remember that nauseating feeling though. Like this kid sent those images to him during one of our shows, and you know, he told me like check for like donations and shit like that sometimes. And we both saw that image at the same time. It's just disgusting. You know, you feel sick. You want to throw your phone like just get it out of here. It's really bad. And then you got cops in your house at 10 at night.
Yeah.
To talk about that.
Oh, Gordy, thanks for the super chat. Swatting. I'm swatting a pig-eared deuce up here.
Oh, that's our dog, Gordy.
Is that your dog?
I hope he's not taking a pig ear shit upstairs. Those are so disgusting.
Is that what he looks like?
Oh no.
Yeah,
so well, similar. He's very close to that.
That's pretty close to Gordy.
Oh.
Gordy,
can you get him on camera? He's so cute.
Yeah, we'll pick him up.
I don't know. Is he coming?
Gordy.
Do you
there
feed
he
him?
comes. Okay, I can hear him.
Do you feed him bully sticks? Those are like animal penises. Did you know that?
I did not know that. We feed him what are they called? Oinkies. Like they're like rolled up pork items. Gordy, come here.
He's being gay.
Oh, he's
he's hearing yelling and he thinks he's gonna
go.
There he is.
Oh, what a little bean. Oh my
Aaron's
God, he looks so naked. He looks like he needs a sweater.
This is Aaron's dog of choice. I grew up.
Why? It's barely a dog.
I had a Chihuahua when I was growing up, and I loved it. It was my favorite dog. You're just full of like personality.
I'm very much a big dog person. I grew up on a farm with like labs and stuff. So this is a new one for me.
He hates
I like in the middle. I mean, your dog has a very pettable head, but other than that,
yes,
you can't really cuddle with that dog. You need some fluke.
Which camera is it?
It's that one right there. There he is.
Hello.
he
oh my God, he's cute. Oh,
he's got the tiniest little bulbous head ever.
Do you put him in little costumes sometimes?
Aaron does.
No, I am against.
He has rainbow bandanas and stuff for him.
April has In fact, she just bought him another item of clothing, and I have not seen it yet.
No, I didn't.
Bought him some fleece thing.
I bought him a fleece blanket for his kennel.
Okay. She bought him a shark outfit. She bought him a football hoodie.
He was a shark for Halloween this year.
So. That's so cute.
No, we don't really dress him up. He's pretty naked every day. So
that's cute. Oh my God, you guys. I mean,
I feel
I was
gay.
gonna say you missed Dabblecon, but
We did, yeah.
it was
It looked like
God,
a lot
it
of
was
fun.
so fun. It
Yeah.
was so much fun. It was so great to meet all the fans. It was really wild. Like just the fact that there's between 200 and 300 people all gathered in a room laughing at the same. Well, really two
They're all
dudes.
in on the same thing. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
only 40
Awesome.
tickets were sold. It was a flop.
I guess,
They sold
yeah.
like 40 tickets. Nobody's going to that thing.
Who was saying that?
I don't know.
Only 40 tickets, or like
Kevin
the
and his
same.
son Chad, I
Brennan.
believe. Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it's
They were none
crazy.
too happy with you guys.
They were pretty
There were-
they were pretty pissed off when they found out it went well.
The internet was.
There
very
were more people laughing at Chad like in this room than I think ever go to any of his shows. Like it was
Oh.
pretty amazing.
For sure. So there were at least 7 of them.
Oh, it's the most laughs he ever got.
There
Oh,
was
no.
a guy there in a yacht hat, like a boater hat, and because then we had like a dabble off, which was a Stuttering John impression off like contest, and this guy got the nickname of Skinny Chad Zumock, and he's like a bigger guy, so it was so funny. Oh my God, it was so funny. Everybody was so cool. Karaoke was great, of course. Anthony killed it. Missy, Jenny Jingles. It was just so fun.
It looked
to
like a
meet
bunch of fun.
Yeah,
I
it
got
looked
to
like
meet
it's great.
Steve, Dr. Steve was
Okay.
there. Who else? Who else did I like?
Can you tell us the story? Because we're hearing. So there's like, if this is Game of Thrones, you have the big houses at Dabblecon, like Chrissy, Anthony, Shuli, Bob, like all those. But then you have like the minor houses of like the small YouTube channels. Like
I
B
feel like I'm
Dabbler.
in a minor house. I feel like in the Dabbleverse, I am only
Well, you started it.
You
Well,
did- yeah,
you
you
kind of
started
started
it.
the term dabble. Like the term dabble came from you. And
rock.
rock enough.
Yeah, then there was also B Dabbler, Cardiff Electric.
Yeah.
Electric. I met him. He's
Who
gigantic.
ironically
He's so
is
tall.
shaped like a potato.
Yeah.
Them.
Yeah.
A tall man. A tall, soft-spoken, kind-hearted man.
Yeah.
Sweating behind. He also wore a wrestling mask for
Just
most of it.
Yeah, giant Lenny from Of Mice and Men, Cardiff. But like I heard a story, and I have not heard this confirmed or anything like this, that Kevin from Why Do I Podcast.
Yeah, he was there.
Okay, I heard he got incredibly inebriated and there may have been piss involved somewhere. Okay,
like
this is a story that he pissed on somebody's
Where?
shirt. I heard that he pissed on somebody's shirt. I don't know if this is true.
Okay. I
yeah.
sat at his table briefly to take photos during the show, just like over the course of the day on Saturday. And he seemed with it. But again, he was just sitting there. So
Okay.
he didn't have to do much.
I'm
So
still
pissing. He pissed on somebody's shirt?
This is just a story I heard as I'm,
Okay.
as
Gossip.
these smaller channels are out, doing their live streams and stuff. I'm hearing that he was feeling himself quite a bit.
Him and B
Wow.
Dabbler not friends whatsoever. So that's
B
kind of
Dabbler then in the middle of the day, Saturday, changed into a dress and a wig and started going around calling himself B Dorable. And he bought one of these like turtleneck tit things, like not like Canadian shop teacher size, but like pretty big. And he's wearing like these fake tits under this dress, and like he's going around, and like I couldn't stop feeling them. I was like grabbing his and then grabbing mine. I'm like, these feel way better. Like they were just like sloshy and fun, and like the nips are always hard. I was like, I can't compete with this.
It did seem like it was just hundreds of like really fun people. It seemed like everybody who's talked about it had the time of their life. They had a great time.
Yes.
Yeah, and nobody got hurt. Nobody like got creeped out. Like everyone was so well behaved. And nobody died despite like the wintry mix we got up in Rochester. And then like there's so much Rochester weather cope going on. They're like, oh, it's never like this. Oh, it's like you're fucking right next to Canada. Like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, I think the only complaints I heard was Bob Levy had to smoke his cigarettes outside in the cold. Like an Airbnb house or something like that, and he couldn't smoke inside. It was just freezing cold out.
The Carlson Comedy Club, where all these events were held, had somebody drive through their front door like 2 days prior to steal the ATM. So they had these like very temporary doors. They managed to somehow get doors on this place like right away. I guess that's pretty important. I guess you would.
You drop.
Yeah, you need doors. Yeah,
they're pretty important. But I was amazed. I was like, wow, They took the fucking ATM.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw, and very nice of Shuli on day 2 to wear his steel toe hoodie. So I was glad that we at least had a little bit of
I saw
representation.
that.
Look good.
That was
saw
very
that.
nice of Shuli.
Maybe I'll like bedazzle. I almost said bedabble. Maybe I'll bedazzle up my steel toe hoodie. Like,
Sure, I
kinda
bet something would stick to it.
make it fun. So yeah, I asked before we went live. I'm like, do we want to cover the Eliza Blue drama? But I didn't know if you guys were going to talk about it because I was like, I don't know if the spheres of internet are hitting you that way. But you guys eventually did start discussing it. What was your initial take of it? Like,
well, everybody around us started talking about. Here's how I got involved. So all of this kind of started, as I understand, because Mersh was mad at Eliza for letting her cat out. And then
what?
Yeah. So Eliza loses a cat
out the
Okay.
window.
Mersh gets mad that she left the window open so the cat can get out. So he starts, insulting her on Twitter and then getting to the, she faked this, fake that. And then you and Zero Dark Tony and Mersh and all these people are just, and then I'm getting tagged in it. And they're like, oh, what about this Eliza Blue? I'm like, I don't know what that is. But because everybody was talking about it and everybody started arguing about it, we decided to look into it. And it really is a wild, wild story. Like, it is so brazen. You're watching someone just lie about their past while their entire past is documented and people can go back and cross-reference it. And then you, of course, have the comedic element of it, of like her changing accents and changing. Oh, that
I was so shocked she didn't have a theater background. I was like, this is an excellent black accent. I'm like,
she was on TV. She was like a failed reality star.
Yeah, she did Blind Date. Yeah. She did Blind Date and all that stuff. And then, when the Blind Date thing didn't work, and then there was one other thing before the rap videos that she tried doing. I can't remember what that was. But then she did
American Idol audition.
That could have been it. And then after, after she goes on Blind, she says, oh, I just like to have fun. And I'm really up for a good time. And then all of a sudden she starts showing up in hip hop videos saying, yo, the producer was really dope. And it was crazy. He's one of the best in the game. And you're like, who the fuck is this person? And then like a year later, she comes back because that worked. And she goes, yes.
There you go.
Thank you. I just forgot about that song and got it out of my head like 2 days ago. It's wonderful. And so, then you had that. And then all of a sudden she pops up and says, oh yeah, by the way, I was a sex trafficking victim. And now I'm a sex trafficking advocate. And you're digging back through her past. And you're like, all of your shit is documented. I don't see anything about sex trafficking victim in here. She's like, oh yeah, well, some people catfished me. And it's like, well, catfishing doesn't make you a sex trafficking victim. And
and for anyone to like ask her, okay, well, can you tell us more? What happened to you and all that? Just, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Why would you ask me that?
And here's how she kind of added herself. There's no way she would have gone censoring Venti and Quartering and anybody else off of Twitter if she didn't feel that those screenshots fucked with her timeline and her story and would ultimately make her look bad. Because if she didn't censor anybody and just said, oh yeah, it's 2 music videos. She just tweeted?
Oh,
well, I'm blocked. I can't see shit. So filing cabinet, is she addressing it? Because I was going to say, after 2 weeks, people were giving Tim Pool a lot of shit. He finally addressed it. Oh God. Okay. This is 18 minutes ago. This is breaking news. You have my permission to write a hit piece on me if that's where the evidence leads, Shane Cashman. And that is a journalist who works for Timcast.
Okay.
But now, why did multiple members of Timcast get threatened, not by me or anyone affiliated with me, if they didn't publish a hit piece about me? Odd. Very odd. No offense to Tim Pool, but we don't really know each other that well at all. He would have no reason to publish a positive or negative piece either way. I'd appreciate it if a factual piece is published. Part 1 was factual. I haven't seen anything else. This is interesting.
That is it sounds like she's kind of, because Tim Pool will not commit to this one way or the other, which is not surprising to me for Tim Pool. It's pretty par for the course, but he was like, he's had her on her show before, and now he's acting like he doesn't know anything about her. And now he's saying like, oh, any of the people who are telling me to talk about Eliza Blue are working for an ad agency
Yeah,
that are
that's-
marketing.
Oh, right, because Tim said he thinks this is all a big that all of us who talk about Eliza Blue are working for some PR company. We all work for Eliza Blue PR.
Yes.
I guess I gotta wait for my 1099 or whatever because I
Working
haven't
hard
seen.
over there.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to check my Cash App because I have not been paid.
Yeah, so he
for
goes and
any
he
of
goes
this.
and he throws that out there that, oh, this could be all part of a marketing scam. And he thought that was going to take the heat off him to, finally address this thing, because Tim has set himself up as the I'm going to expose liars guy. And you have a liar in front of you that you've had on your show. She's now making you look foolish for you having her on, and he won't do anything. So now it's they're all part of a marketing firm. And then it's, oh, my listeners that want to hear about this aren't real. They're fake and they're not really fans of mine. I mean, it's just, and now Eliza is out there like kind of, I don't know, that tweet to me kind of looks like she's running cover for Tim Pool or like trying to.
Yeah, this is not an
side.
organic line of thinking here. This is not a tweet that just flows out of your fingers. This is like it's
No.
awkwardly written, and I've noticed she always tweets she's very manipulative. She's always hiding something, and she always wants to get a specific angle across. It's never about transparency and vulnerability and honesty and
Right.
speaking directly to her people and her followers, fans, colleagues. It's weird that she's saying you have my permission, like as if she should have no control in this situation.
There's you don't need permission to write a hit piece on someone. And number two, that second tweet especially, that kind of sounds like her and Tim Pool have spoken.
We don't really know each other that well at all. He would have no reason to publish a positive or negative piece either way. But it's like you publish what you I mean, in an ideal, let's say this word has been ruined for me by Eliza, but let's say in a utopia where everything is perfect and as it should be, one would just write the truth. So
Yeah, and then to me, like, just there's obviously nothing to do with like honesty or transparency here when everything's getting wiped off of YouTube regarding you. Like they can't even make an observation or have a conversation about you without her like striking down your videos with privacy claims and shit. And that happened to so many people.
She's the internet's new gaslighting queen for sure, because she's striking everybody while going, well, I'm for free speech and I think everybody should be allowed to, write what they want.
I'm standing in love. Everything she says is opposite day. It's like, no, you're standing in 4 feet of shit, of your own shit, Eliza.
I don't know. This whole like Tim Pool thing coming out of nowhere the day after Tim starts catching shit for not talking about Eliza and then going after his fans. And now all of a sudden Eliza's addressing the Tim thing when Tim hasn't really gone after her. I don't trust any of these people, number one. So number two, this stinks to me.
It seems that the Tim Pool show waited until Shane's article came out to address it on their show.
Okay.
And what I've heard from him so far, though, doesn't seem to be like, I don't think he's said that she's lying, or I don't think he said that there's inconsistencies. He's kind of like, he's middle of the road Timmed it kind of on this deal.
It's very strange. It's something is up, I think. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like Tim is trying to make it sound like, oh, I don't even know this girl. She's a nobody. She's a low tier personality. It's like, you don't have nobodies on your show. Like,
never.
It's a big deal to get on Tim's show.
If only she would have kept the goddamn window closed and that cat would have stayed inside.
Oh,
yeah, think about that. This would have never happened. If only
she would have been a good pet owner, none of this would have ever happened.
Because she did kind of just come out of nowhere until he did that.
Yeah, I mean, she was just kind of doing her little grift and had her little cottage industry there, and then all of a sudden, just shit started not adding up.
Yeah, I agree with the chat. This looks like a desperate attempt at just damage control here, and it's
almost it almost seems like trying to side up to Tim and not make an enemy of him. It looks it's not collusion, it looks like an attempt at collusion.
Keeping your enemies close.
Right, because there has been not one person has had a favorable video take on this whole situation from creators large to small. It's like even if you look at the Hills coverage, or they were mostly negative, but they maybe didn't know every detail, but they were more negative and suspect than positive for sure.
Yeah. Oh, Blaire White video is pretty interesting. Any comments?
It was good, actually. I like
Blaire White video is so good. She started out right here with Frank's clip. I'm just gonna play it for just so we can show Frank's handiwork. It was right in the intro here.
Feel that some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others. Yes.
Eliza Blue.
Which, by the way, is something that a sex trafficking victim would absolutely say.
Right.
Yeah.
Sex trafficking victims would also sit there on a couch and say, "Oh, I might have sex for $150K."
Yeah. Or I'm
Like,
pocketing the 50% of the super chats. I mean, this it's like I don't
video
know.
that Blaire did was so good. She was just like saying that the very real, like, sassy takes that, like, I wish I had more. I mean, I never did a comprehensive video about it. I just have been constantly talking about it for 2 weeks. But there was a point where she was like, "Girl, no one's paying $150K for you." Like, she just had these perfectly great, honest takes. Yeah, she went back to the hanging out with Jeffree Star days.
Talking that punk rock star. Which one was that again? My Chemical Romance, I believe.
Going through the Hills coverage of it, mentioned the Daily Beast article, goes through all of her names.
The Brittany Venti
shouts
thing,
out
yeah.
Venti, shouts out Anna, that Star Wars girl, quartering. And I really respect and appreciate Blaire, because she's like, yeah, I don't like it when people come after people that I like. And I consider Blaire to be like on another level. Like, she's just she's fantastic. And she's, I mean, not only does she have a huge following, but she's someone who is largely, I think, respected and like appreciated, I guess, in the sort of right-wing podcasting world. So I think it means a lot that she did a video about this.
There's just so much about Eliza that, like, I don't know what it is for me, but like that, the whole black voice thing, that's, to me, that's the most cringe out of all this stuff. It's just to watch again. You've been documented. You've been a fame whore. You have this whole history of you speaking publicly, and now all of a sudden you just change your voice. I mean, and then you change it back a year later, and we're not supposed to. That's the biggest thing, is like, you're doing all this stuff publicly and then yelling at us for noticing. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, Blaire should make you question your sexuality. That's, if so, then
when April first saw her, did not know that was not someone who was born female.
I was a little upset because she's like doing everything correctly. Like, she looks so hot. She's hotter than most women. Okay. And she sounds good too. She sounds hot. Like, she does things very well. So.
Yes. Yeah.
I like her. I like listening to her. I think she did a great job in the video. My biggest, like, even fuck the black voice thing that Eliza does. It's more so for me, like, you could have been an advocate for sex trafficking survivors and like hoping that they do well and helping them without saying you were one, without much to back that up. Maybe she was one, I don't know, but she's certainly not willing to let us in on what happened or who did it.
Yeah, but you don't get to talk to Dr. Drew and Hotep Jesus and all these other people unless you have a really nice hook to your story, like, I was a victim. What's the victim? Oh, there were fake Twitter accounts made in my name. Oh, well, then in that case, Chrissie's been.
You know what? I think it's this persona. She came up with it all at once. She probably knew at some point people are going to find my previous names, my previous account. Why don't I just weave all the possible things that people could discover about me into my story?
Yeah.
From the first time she mentioned, oh, I had traffickers making different accounts of me. But it's like, she doesn't say what. And she at no point says, oh, yeah, I used to go by 5 other names. She doesn't give the audience a heads up on any of that shit. What she does do is leave just enough space so that when it does come up, somebody could say, oh yeah, she mentioned her trafficker made all these different accounts. Maybe that's what she's talking about.
Her life now is like that shitty third Star Wars movie they just made a couple of years ago,
Oh,
where like
man.
her past is so dog shit that to make this third one work, she has to go and retcon all the other stuff to fit this third one. And now it's just all falling apart on her.
You can't spend your entire life on the internet though and pretend people aren't going to just notice everything you've done. I don't understand. There's always receipts. Somebody's always got a copy of everything somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta
she
give her
went
that.
by Eliza. Like she didn't think to change her first name at any point.
That might have been, yeah.
She's got
exactly.
I gotta give her this. She's got giant balls, a lot of nerve.
I'm gonna play a little bit of this because this is Frank's edit right here.
At 7 minutes 20 seconds is when she kind of threatens Eliza.
Oh, at 7 minutes 20 seconds. Yeah, this was a spicy part of Blaire's
Patty?
video here.
I don't remember this
some
part.
major holes in her story. She's also been false flagging YouTube creators. People like The Quartering, Brittany Venti, Star Wars Girl, all these channels have been false flagged, and more channels have been false flagged by her for daring to talk about her past, her lies, and her story. So in all likelihood, she may try to false flag this video. I would advise you against that, Eliza. If you're watching, that's not the war that you want.
Oh,
I'd be lying if I said a big part of why I made this video
And
was
claws
to
out over
defend
here.
them and to speak up on their behalf as well. Not that they're not speaking up on their own, but you know, I just don't like when people I like are fucked with. So she claims that the music
Fuck,
videos.
yes, this is the energy I'm talking about. Like,
I do like how she does this video. I like everything about it. She did a great
yeah,
job.
she really, even if you have ADD, it's like it's a 20-minute video. She puts in all the pertinent screenshots. She puts in this part of her life, like really everything.
She's kind of spicy about it.
She is. She's sassy. She's very her still. This is such a crucial.
I
detail.
love that interview. That one
Yeah.
might be my favorite. The Katie
Oh.
Herzog interview.
Yeah.
This really outs her as someone who gets very uncomfortable when she doesn't have her prepared questions and answers ready.
And again, it shows her being someone who's not advocating against sex trafficking, but protecting a persona. This
Yep.
interview is the protection of a persona rather than the advocacy of a cause. And that's kind of what her ego kind of got in the way and screwed her up in this whole thing.
Yeah, her ego's out of control. And the other great part where she really stepped in it, I bet she never thought that this video would come back to bite her in the ass, because just her straight up honest thoughts on child consent
Right.
is enough to make her look really like, at worst a pedo, but at best somebody who you're like, I don't
Now-
want them around kids.
Chrissy, was this while she was an advocate, this clip?
This was literally July 2021. This is when she was on the podcast circuit. She had done my show a couple times at this point.
If you're involved at all with helping sex trafficking like victims, most of them are children. I think most of them are very young people. You would never say these things.
No, it's
Never.
I mean, you pretty much have to be an Ivy League professor to say something that fucked up.
I'm gonna play this part.
That some minors are more equipped to engage in sexual activity with adults than others. Yes, the community and the child. If the child so desires to have intercourse with an adult,
Ugh, it just
the
sounds so
parents,
bad.
caregivers, and anyone that's, I mean, it's just what I just said.
She
I-
hates
that
repeating
would be
herself.
up to if the child has desire, and if the community also decides that the person that they're supposed to have intercourse with is not using force, fraud, coercion, manipulation.
So just to recap,
God,
So-
that is nauseating.
That it's not only the fact that she said it, it's the conviction and the aggressiveness with which she says it too, where you're like, this
Yeah.
shouldn't mean that much to you.
It's gross. And by the way, kids don't fucking know what they want. They want something different every 5 seconds too. And they don't understand the weight of like actions sometimes. Like we were just talking about this 14-year-old swatting people since he's like been 11 years old.
Yeah.
They don't understand the weight of their actions or consequences or anything like that yet. Don't be
Yep.
talking about kids that way.
Hold on, I think it's up
The
here.
community also decides that the person that they're supposed to have intercourse with is not using force, fraud, coercion, manipulation.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that?
Yay!
Oh, that's perfect. No, the whole Eliza thing, and we're one of the people that got flagged. I'm sure you probably had some. We all got
Yes,
the
I
privacy.
got flagged on 6 times on 4 different videos.
We had one. Mine's gone. I
Yeah,
never.
it
It's
disappeared one day.
very strange. I can go through my email for a 9th time or so, but I didn't get anything. I got the notification from YouTube Legal that there was the privacy complaint on it. And then, yeah, all of a sudden, I think it was like a day and a half, 2 days later, I go to check and the video's gone. Like the one that got the complaint is gone. I still haven't received an email. I did
a video on YouTube straight up deleted because I know you guys were what
Just
they
gone, yeah.
suspended you for a little bit.
We did get suspended, and it wasn't for anything Eliza Blue related. We're currently serving a suspension for playing the Project Veritas video and commenting on it.
That's insane.
I know,
Isn't it? We weren't even sitting there like trying to advocate for one person or another,
Right.
one side or another.
We
It's
were
just
laughing at it.
observing and laughing.
we thought
You're
it was
literally
funny.
reporting on a viral video.
And
that-
the video, when we were playing it, it was still on YouTube. So we're playing the goddamn thing from YouTube. Then they took it down later that day,
Mhm.
and that's. In retrospect, should I have taken ours down then? Sure, maybe. But I Googled it. I searched it on YouTube, and there were plenty of other channels that had still reacted to it, and their videos were up. So I went, okay, we're safe. And I know when Gavin interviewed Kanye, they were taking those down. And all YouTube did to us on that one was they took the video down. They didn't give us a strike, nothing like that. They just said, hey, anything with this video on it, we're taking down. And for this one, though, they took it down, gave us the
Maybe-
strike, and now Thursday morning we can come back.
We'll check it out. Maybe the Kanye thing was like our first strike.
No, it wasn't.
Like
no.
not a strike, but it was a first offense to them. Like, oh, they've had this before. Let's take that down. Now they're getting a suspension.
No, we got a warning for, I think, the same video Chrissie got suspended for way back around Content House time. We got a warning.
The Bell Fries video, the fight.
I
in the
think
French
it was
fry
that.
store.
Yeah, we got our first warning for that or
Oh,
something.
sure.
Something
The
like that.
the restaurant where there was like
Yeah. Some brawl
shit
at a
being
restaurant.
thrown.
Yeah. and then this one was our first actual strike, was the Project Veritas one. So
Wow.
we got a medical misinformation strike.
I got one of those too, and I had Aubrey Huff on, like, kind of at the beginning of the pandemic. He just was going off about something, and I was like, oh, this happened. But I like that you guys don't seem phased or intimidated by any of this bullshit with YouTube. You're like, oh, it just seems like yeah, we'll just go to
Yeah.
Rumble and
You found pretty quick.
We
I
went,
guess.
we went to Rumble, and again, I know that people have mixed feelings or whatever, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Mersh, he
Hats
helped us a
off, yeah.
ton. The day we got suspended, he goes, DM me, I'll set you up with the Rumble people, and we can get you so you're streaming right away. I think we missed like a half hour,
It was.
and
Was it?
yes, I am wearing Chad Zumach merch. My hack comedian. I bought it off Chad's website. I highly encourage you to get your own. But yeah, we got suspended. We were on a half hour later on Rumble than we usually were, and it's been great. And now we've developed this that's our backup quarterback. Now we're gonna stream on both platforms Thursday morning when we come back. And yeah, if anything happens with YouTube, there's always Rumble.
Yeah. I like it. Like, you guys seem to have an impartial kind of objective view on things. Like, it seems like you don't get wrapped up in drama
Well,
or
when something goes down like that, like when we wake up and find out, oh, we're having a vacation from YouTube, it's just kind of, you have to go into like go mode and just figure out the next thing.
I've gotten us kicked off of so many platforms by
Yeah.
now that we're just really nice and calm about it. We just
This was the calmest one.
Yeah, I just woke up and it was this, when it was radio, I was like, fuck, what are we going to do? When it was Twitch, I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Now, when it was YouTube, I got up in the morning, I was like, April. She was like, yeah, shit, we're suspended for 7 days. I got to go downstairs and get the
Oh.
Rumble thing together. So
From the time we woke up and
Yeah.
to find out about the suspension to getting on Rumble and streaming, only an hour had passed.
Yeah, like an hour
It was
had
the
passed.
quickest thing
It's
in the
pretty
world. Mersh got to us incredibly quickly
Yeah.
to help us out. It was really weird.
So yeah, then we went to that, and now we've got the ability to do both starting Thursday, and we'll just have to watch the content we put out there because they let you do a lot over there, and then now we got to come back to YouTube, and we got to kind of. I'll be honest though, like the shortcomings it has, like the chat stuff and all that. YouTube's way better for it.
It is.
I'm ready. I'm ready to come back from my vacation.
It is.
does your channel get copied to Rumble, or do you set it up for live streaming on Rumble as well?
I did the. You mean like the thing where you sync it to YouTube?
Yeah. Or you
Yeah,
sync it, like
we
your
sync-
YouTube syncs to Rumble, or it's
Yes, we do have that going, but it's really slow. I think it's only got like 4 of our videos up there right now, but
Oh,
we'll
okay.
check back in a few days. I don't know if I got to do something else, but yeah, I mean, Look, it's like I said, it's a great backup quarterback. Like if your quarterback gets hurt and you need like a couple games out of him, it's perfect. But you want your starter
Or
back.
like if your quarterback is vaccinated and collapses on the field, and then
Oh, Jesus. See,
Has a
now
hard time.
I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be so scarred that I'm just gonna like we got popped for the Project Veritas thing, and like when it came to talking about vaccines or anything, we would always say like Botox, or we'd say medical procedure or something like that.
An
So
elective procedure. Yeah.
we were being really pussy and bitchy and careful, and we still end up getting the 7-day medical misinformation strike.
It's Chewy says, just want to drop by and say hello to you, Chrissy. I can't wait till August when you come through H-Town. That's Houston, Texas. Also, hey to both Aaron and April. Thanks,
Hello,
Chewy. Viking for a 5. I'm sorry to inform you, but all your beloved chatters are PR bots.
That's
Thanks,
stuttering John Poole. I think he's kind of doing a
Aw.
combination of both of them.
Jake Hudson, thanks for the super chat. That's not just my opinion; it's a fact of life.
It's very funny, Jake.
No, it's
Is that
not.
an inside joke for you guys?
That is an inside joke from the guy. That is not the
had-
actual person.
Stay away
That's-
from that one.
Yeah, stay away from Jake Hudson. He's a problem.
That is a
So-
disease you don't get rid of.
No.
So, Larth, the question is, did Tim pay for the PR to get the exclusive, maybe 50 grand? You know what's crazy is because I heard,
I'm telling you,
I was
those two are working.
I was listening to Tim's after hours members show, and they had a musician on
John Rich.
who was John Rich, who was singing a song, and he actually mentioned the figure $50,000.
I'm telling you, those two
Wow.
are if they're not in cahoots yet, they're trying.
And like, where would he? You know what I mean? That's
That's
a
so true.
random. And now I'm hearing it again. Like
Ian said it.
Ian said it.
Yes.
Ian
out.
said what?
Tim Poole first said 100 grand for PR. Then Ian said, "Oh, 50 grand for PR." They're just making up numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this isn't about anything.
I'm still going. It sounds too juicy to pass up, though. I'm going with that. See, you said that
Uncle
we seem
Bones, thank
pretty-
you.
You said that we seem pretty impartial to all that stuff. That's because I'm just here to watch, and I think April too. We're just kind of here to watch the fireworks. Like we just got,
There's nothing we can do about it.
popcorn and jokes and drama and all this shit. Like I don't know if I want to like jump. Actually, I'll let you guys be like the foot soldiers and stuff, and we'll just sit here and watch you guys
Comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like observing. I feel. I don't think we really want to like completely delve into any community too deep.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun to kind of sit on the outskirts of it and observe what's going on.
Yeah, Chrissy, you're Tom Brady. We're
And you're Giselle.
we're John Madden and Pat Summerall over here. We're just up in the booth commentating. We're Joe Buck.
I don't know who any of those people are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Joe Buck is completely unlikable.
Okay.
The reference is wasted.
Oh.
Anthony, I think maybe it was yesterday when I was on his show. He mentioned, he looks back to his time on radio, and all he had to worry about is it called? It's the FCC, right?
Yes.
So he's like, all we had to worry about was that, and now it's like when you're on the internet, anybody can try to take you down.
Yep.
You're worried about every single person, like with a phone,
Yeah.
who watches you instead of just one organization. That's actually harder now. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, compared to like the YouTube rules, especially. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm serving a suspension currently. Yeah, the FCC, you knew what the rules were. They were hard and fast. If you broke, and here's the thing about the FCC, if you broke the rules, people have this idea that if you break the FCC rules, you automatically get fined, you automatically get these punishments. No, somebody has to complain to the FCC that you did something like that, and then they let you know they're investigating or monitoring your program. Then they can decide if they're going to fine you or or take away your license or anything like that. Like the FCC is a breeze compared to like YouTube and Twitter and all these terms of service agreements, and then all the people who can flag you and report you and all that stuff. It's the FCC is a cakewalk compared to the only thing that sucked about the FCC is like you can't do any sexual content on your show. Really, it really limits what you can talk about. But at least you knew what the rules were up front.
Yeah, but it's better. I think you guys are better suited to like YouTube and
Yeah.
Rumble than just radio's going to be a thing of the past.
Be a
It
lot more
kind of already is.
Yeah. If
free
it
to be
isn't,
yourself here.
if
for
it isn't
sure.
already, I mean, when we talked to Anthony, Anthony and I said the same thing. Like the kind of show I do, which obviously was influenced by the show he did. They don't want, like, radio. Even if he and I wanted to go back and do a show, they don't want us anymore. They don't want what we do. So it's, it's kind of like a relationship where neither of you want each other back. So, why,
Oh,
why even get
Why be
together?
there?
Like you remember being there and you hated it. They remember you being there and you were a pain in the ass. So like, let's just go our separate ways.
yeah. But you're like, oh, or maybe you share a dog and then you have to keep like seeing the person, or maybe
Right.
you're like,
I've been there
oh, I
before
found
with a
another
dog.
shirt at my house. I gotta
Right.
come get it. And you're like,
things
"Ugh,
up. Forget
just
it.
light it on fire.
Yes.
Look, I still monitor the old station's ratings, and watching them go down the last couple of years has been a lot of fun. I'm not going to pretend I still watch my ex to see if they have a drug addiction and fall apart. And I smile a little each time I hear about it. But, other than that, I've totally moved on.
Okay, good. Eliza was also featured in a video by Upper Echelon, who has 620,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I just thought this was really interesting because the subject of this video is how to do your own research, featuring Eliza Blue. And this guy, this sort of robot head guy, and I'm not familiar with his like content at all, but he runs through basically it's great. It's very informative. He's like, okay, here's a current issue which everyone's talking about, and here's how you can do your own research. He tells people how to search. He's like, do basically a preliminary list, like when you figure out the names of people involved, and he says actually start on social media so you can get people's opinions on things and kind of like work just to see what people are saying, and then you kind of work your way out and how to search about things. Yeah, Eliza Blue Reddit, Eliza Blue, and then with different names involved. He actually tells people how to do. Yeah, and then he said, okay, these are all the names involved with which that you're gonna, Google and search under.
Okay.
And pull Elon. And then he even details how you can like search on Twitter for specific things. And then he gets into searching for the dad. He goes through the Open Corporates website to
Jeez.
see that she hadn't opened up any kind of a 501c3 under her name.
Oh,
Case locator. Is this having to do with like someone's criminal record?
I wonder if that could be her divorce.
Legal. Oh,
Yeah, that could be her divorce
right.
that she got.
That's
So,
a deep dive.
yeah. She was
Yeah.
married
Very thorough.
around the time she was being sex trafficked and
Wow.
sex trafficked,
It's hard to
quote, unquote.
imagine being in a marriage and being sex trafficked unless they
And
were
it's-
doing it to you.
It's hard to imagine that husband found out you were sex trafficked and then went, "Well, you're damaged goods. Get the hell out of here." Like I
Yeah.
can't imagine that being the case.
Or
I
if
feel
it was
so
you
bad
rape-
about myself. Like you're someone's spouse and they get sex trafficked right from underneath your nose, and you're like, "Wow, didn't I mean anything to you?" Like,
Well, you've clearly been unfaithful. Get out.
I know. I'd be like, "Wow, like, well, I guess you were
You're dirty
tempted.
now.
Yes.
How dare you be tempted by a fruit of another?"
They're like Paulie and Rocky. You're busted.
Eliza Blue and the Perpetual Trauma Machine. Again, that sounds like a movie title.
Well, just wait. I mean, if this thing gains
mean,
any more steam.
yeah. Give it time.
Ugh. It's so interesting.
I find
Wow,
it really interesting too, like just the amount of help she's clearly gotten from people at Twitter and things like that, and
Yeah.
from YouTube. Just everyone helping her flag shit and wipe things. It is really insane to me because
you-
she
wait,
seemed like
say
such a
flag again.
nobody to me
Yeah.
at all.
April, say flag again.
Flag.
Flag.
Oh, no.
April, what's that
There.
thing you put on pancakes?
Syrup.
Damn it. All right. You got to catch her in her natural
Oh,
habitat.
syrup? Is that? I thought she was gonna say flag. I'm like, you guys put flags on your pancakes?
We do put them little American flags.
American
We're a very
flags.
patriotic family.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like it. Yeah, yeah, spelled FLE flag.
It's embarrassing. I
Oh.
can't change it. I don't know what to do.
That's
Flag.
okay. You should practice a black scent to try to cover up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
you just talk. Yeah.
Well, then I'll get a divorce because he hates that.
Oh, based. Try hard. Steel toe guy's voice sounds just like Kumia. Oh, wow.
You listen to
Ooh,
the
I
guy.
don't hear
Yeah, you
that.
listen to the guy for long enough, and I think shit just rubs off on you. You don't even realize. It's like when I was doing more stand-up, I had to stop watching certain of my favorite comics because you just pick up mannerisms and shit, and you realize
Yeah.
you're doing it. You're like, oh my God, that's not me. So I don't know. Maybe being a Stern fan and an Opie and Anthony fan for, I don't know, 15, 16 years, that kind of rubbed off.
You'll be rubbing off to that comment later.
I was gonna
Rupert,
say, don't tell him that.
maybe Eliza has Tim's fun time pics. I don't know about that. He seems like
Even in his nudes, he's
I
still
don't
wearing the
know.
beanie.
Wow. Make them say boat.
Go ahead.
Boat? What's wrong with boat?
Boat.
Is that really how you say it?
Really? How do you say boat?
Boat.
It's
Boat.
boat. It's the same thing.
Boat.
April says it weirder than you, Aaron.
Okay.
I have a pretty strong Midwestern accent. Or is that Minnesota
Boat.
farm chick accent? I don't know.
I'm going crazy up there by the lake.
I think it's a Minnesota thing.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. You
I-
say it boot.
I've spent time in like small town Hartford, Alabama before, and the entire town was like mesmerized by like anytime I'd say bag, or bug, they think I'm saying the same thing, and they just couldn't stop laughing. I don't know. It's very embarrassing.
What?
It's so cute.
Boat.
Boat.
I
Boat.
boat. I don't
You're heavier on the O's a little bit, but
boot. If you're in Canada, you say boot.
look, most of your childhood, you talk to goats and horses. Like they don't tell you when
Goats
you're
and
saying
boats.
things wrong.
Goats and boats.
Goats and boats.
I like that.
This is an interesting I don't know if this is a breaking story, but I know if you guys are familiar with Lauren Southern, she's kind of, I guess you'd call her a right-wing kind of America First type influencer.
Yeah.
Content creator. My parents just got banned from Airbnb for being related to me. They have never booked anything for me. They do not represent me in any way. They are not publicly political in any way. How is this sane in any way, Airbnb? So Airbnb, I guess, sent her parents this message. We have an update to
Wow.
share. We've removed you from the Airbnb platform because your account is closely associated with a person who isn't allowed to use Airbnb. That means you'll no longer be able to book reservations on Airbnb. Why we made this decision? For the safety of our community, we may remove accounts that are closely associated with people who aren't allowed to use Airbnb. What this means for your account, any future reservations will have been canceled and fully refunded. Refund timing will depend on processing times for your payment method. You can still access your privacy settings and manage your personal data. How to appeal this decision. We don't take these decisions lightly, but if you have more information to share, you can submit an appeal. This is nuts.
That's pretty harsh.
I'm guessing the reason they banned the parents and the relatives too is because they figured the banned person might use their account to book their
That's
Airbnb.
not cool though. You can't prove that.
Well, I mean,
That's not an
look,
excuse in my opinion. That's
Wow.
to me, it just none of it surprises me anymore. Like you just hear about it, and you're like, of course they did. Like that's
What if they don't
exactly
fucking
what they
even-
do.
What if the parents?
This is
don't even
so communist. This
care about her?
is so Chinese of them to do
I
this.
agree.
Yes,
That's
it's very
awful.
well. It's what was it? Speaking of Chinese, like Disney Plus or HBO Max, whichever one has The Simpsons. They just removed a Simpsons episode where they talk about Chinese labor camps. Like they just it got wiped out
Wow.
on now. But yeah, like the Lauren Southern thing, I know like just before Trump got elected, she said some pretty spicy stuff like on like, you know, white birth rates and shit
Okay,
like that.
even
Like
if
she
you-
got, no. I mean, yeah, she
What,
like
that they're
her-
going
well,
down or
first,
something? I
you
mean,
know.
that's a real statistic.
It is. No, I'm saying like for her to get banned on Airbnb, like for her politics, like that's kind of around that time they were doing that to everybody. I know that she did
Extend to the parents though.
yeah, but like she was working with like Stefan Molyneux and shit like that. Like she was pretty hardcore, Lauren Southern, but like in her day, I don't think she's like that anymore. But she definitely was one of those people where if it was like a leftist company, she definitely was one of those people who had a bullseye on her back.
I still don't
And
see it as an
what?
excuse, but maybe like, oh,
Yeah.
you the way you are came from who raised you. maybe.
No,
I don't agree with that either.
No, it's just to fuck Lauren even more. It's
Yeah.
just to like stick it to her.
Right.
Well, of
So,
course.
Yeah, I don't she like came like she went away and then she came back and I don't know. Like again, if you're like a company like Airbnb, if you they just kind of go looking for people to kick off their service. Like they don't even wait for them to say like it used to be you could have like right-wing views and you had to say something crazy for them to go, well, we don't want to be associated with you. Now it's just having the views. They don't even have to point to a specific thing you said. It's just,
And so Lauren's account was banned. She was banned from Airbnb August 2nd, 2019.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what do they think she's going to do? Like podcasts from the Airbnb? Like
you open up the bedroom, there's just swastika flags all over the wall.
Like even in that case though, it's like it's not the Airbnb's fault, whatever happened in there. It's like it's a business thing. Like, is she paying you for your service? Okay, then I guess. I don't know. It's not the house's fault or the Airbnb's fault. That seems I don't agree.
If someone has maybe radical beliefs, maybe all they need is a nice getaway to calm down.
Right.
They should be supporting this.
Also, she's like a really like traditional conservative chick. She probably keeps a really clean house. They should be happy to have her.
Yeah. I don't know. This is why I like Verbo. I fucks with Verbo.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
It's similar. It's called vacation rental by owner. And sometimes you can just like end up contacting the owner directly. Like you don't even necessarily have to do the booking through the site. You know, you can kind of just.
So wild that like because of people's politics, we now have to have alternative Airbnbs, like because you know people don't like the way people think. So now it's like, oh, if you use this app, it means you're a conservative. And if you use this app, it means you're a liberal. And none of these things have anything to do with politics. They just inject it in there.
Huh, wow. Gina Bontempo says, I wonder if Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's families are still able to use Airbnb.
That's exactly the argument I would propose to. Like there's so many worse people out there.
Ugh. It's upsetting, but it's like, if this is how you feel, I don't want to give you my business then.
Yeah.
That's true. That is it. That's you don't go after canceling anyone. It's just don't give them your money anymore.
Yeah. Just don't use maybe stick with Verbo or do your local hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heavily trafficked. Oh, I guess she was trafficked to this show as a viewer. The shit or the poop keeps getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah, like just when we think this whole thing's over with, there's like another wrinkle comes out. Somebody digs up another file or another video, and you're like, oh, here we go again.
And you would think when there's so much heat around her, that she would want to stop talking to people, maybe, and she just can't. Like now she's associated with like Tim Pool and shit on Twitter. I don't know. She keeps tweeting at everybody, and I just think that's not probably good for her right now.
Yeah, like and it's leading to all this like crazy shit. Like now Tim Pool and the corner
you mean Eliza?
fighting with each other, and all like it's all created this big ricochet effect of like all these other beefs breaking.
It's not helping.
It shouldn't be about It shouldn't be about Tim or quartering. I could understand it still being about Venti because she's still suspended from Twitter.
Now,
what do you definitely still be on Eliza?
That? Like to me, you just you delete the tweet, you go on about your day.
Right, because they're not going to fix whatever loophole they took advantage of.
Right.
It's definitely not going to be their priority.
There's some defeat in that though, because then you just I don't know. But if you don't have your
but at a certain point, you have to weigh like the pros and the cons. Like it's like what's the least amount of damage? Deleting the tweet and getting your account back, or continuing to go not on Twitter? Like
and then people say like deleting it is an L, but it's like it's their platform. They're gonna win every time. Like unless you leave the platform and do something else, you're never gonna win.
Fealty thinks maybe if she deletes the tweet, she could get sued because it's an admission that you tweeted something, right? Like non-consensual. That was the whole deal.
Like, I'm sorry.
Perhaps, but I don't know. What was the tweet I deleted a tweet recently so I could like I got a 12-hour thing on Twitter and they said, well, it'll be, you know, after 12 hours you can come back unless you don't delete the tweet. And I can't
You were
Oh,
you
it was-
told
it was-
Jeremy from the quartering to keep sucking Crowder's dick.
What?
I may have said keep sucking Crowder's dick, maybe he'll give you a job or something like that.
You
It was
coffee shilling something or
I
other.
may have said something that I
Yeah, you
thought was
called him
funny
some
at the
shit.
time. And I think he might have reported that tweet. And I got the little 12-hour thing and they said, you can come back as soon as you delete this tweet. And I didn't I just thought it was a fun tweet. I didn't feel invested in it in any way. I went, yeah, I'll fucking delete it. I don't care. So I never understood the whole I'll stand by the tweet and stay suspended. I just delete it, take the L.
Fealty thinks yes, when you delete the tweet, it legit says you are admitting guilt.
Oh,
So is this
it's-
why you are still locked out of your account, Fealty?
Okay, so you can all right. Well, I mean, what was the screenshot she posted?
It was of the World Star Hip Hop video, not even nude images of her,
No.
just regular from the Vibrant Thing music video saying basically she's posting it. She's like, well, what is, you know, can you explain this in regards to your timeline? Do you think it hurts your goal or it hurts your message of trafficking or something
It's just
like
a
that?
question.
Yeah,
Or
and it was pretty
using
tame
her-
as far as Venti is concerned. Like it was not as harsh as I've seen as she can go sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you delete that, I don't think even if that's admitting guilt, that's not actionable. Like, I don't think that would hold up in court.
Fealty again. Also, if you delete the tweet, your account has a strike, and that same person can report you again, and then you get your whole account banned permanently. Oof.
Oh, remind me not
That
to write
sucks.
anything about
And
Jeremy.
I'm sure Venti is talking to lawyers right now, and she's getting good advice. Yes, I'm still on lockdown. Never deleting a tweet. Wow, Fealty,
Jeez. I mean,
Very interesting.
a principled man.
then again,
Yep.
yeah, see, that's just it. He's got prints. I've always said I lack those. I don't like when it comes
Fuck your
to
principles.
yeah, when it comes to social media and shit, I have no backbone or investment or principles or morals. I'm just having some fun.
Wow, 100% is actionable. YouTube lawyer said don't delete. Wow,
All right.
it is
Interesting.
100% not actionable.
That's what I
Oh.
thought. All right. So Griff
Huh.
Cast IRL and I agree. I like that name too.
Yeah, that's
Not gonna
funny.
lie. Yeah, when it comes to like getting punished for tweets, I just I'll delete it. I'll be Twitter's bitch and just delete it and come back. It's kind of like when you got in trouble as a kid and they were like, you got to tell your sister you're sorry, otherwise you can't play outside. And you go, oh, I'm sorry.
It's scary though because that's like how it is in the UK. They literally like you can get sued and shit for jokes and for
Yeah.
things you tweet and
Canada too.
ugh.
Yeah, Canada has
Like
that.
we're
human
supposed to
rights
be the
commission.
place that doesn't deal with that shit.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think we're
don't
that
know.
place anymore.
But you know, oh, go ahead.
Oh, Griffcast, I would be first to get sued since I knew her guys.
Knew
Do
her
you mean
guys.
like her exes or something?
Oh, wow. Guys, plural.
Are you talking in code?
Looks like somebody has a documentary they can make.
Interesting.
I can't wait for Farron's documentary.
What's
I'm
the
like,
deal with the documentary?
maybe Frank knows. I guess what is it supposed to come out this Friday?
I think she was going to be 3 parts,
Gonna be 3 parts.
but there's so much stuff that keeps coming out. I think it's going to be one big one coming out. this
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
One big one coming out this weekend. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's like we were saying before, just things keep piling on,
Yeah.
you know, over and over. So yeah, it's if you're going to make a 3-parter, by the time one's out, you've got a 4th part ready to go.
Oh, Admiral, you saw Megan and you liked it. See, I said it was a great movie and everyone should go see it. Okay,
Megan?
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
But they
really
put
good.
the
You would
doll?
like it. It's about the doll that
Okay. And does it
goes
kill
bad.
Like
I don't
like
wanna
the
spoil
Annabelle
it.
movie? Like is it
It's-
similar to Annabelle?
I didn't see Annabelle.
Oh,
it like-
Annabelle's about it like a possessed doll that makes everything go bad too.
Is it Girl Chucky?
Kind of.
Chucky
Oh.
meets AI.
It's Chucky meets AI.
Oh.
What was that AI movie?
weird.
AI.
No.
iRobot.
There was another one with a girl, like a robot girl.
Oh,
Ex Machina. It's Chucky meets Ex Machina.
Ex Machina. Okay.
All right. I might like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's scary.
I like scary stuff. Aaron's not much of a scary stuff person.
I do too. Like, I really liked the Saw movies. It was like,
oh, really?
I really liked 7 also.
Okay.
I just like don't get it. I just like I'm not gonna watch them by myself, so I don't really like spend a lot of time on them.
Okay. Yeah, by yourself's not the best idea. Anything I ever started by myself, like I tried to watch Pet Sematary by myself in the dark once at my parents' farm. Nobody else is up. I couldn't do it. By yourself is never the way to go.
April showed me the Green Inferno recently. That movie is a trip.
Ugh. It sounds like an STD.
It's kind of, yeah. It's a bunch of college kids like protesting, destroying the rainforest. So they go to the rainforest.
What a waste of time. The rainforest is going to be destroyed whether we do anything about it or not. You know
That's
what I mean?
The best part. If you want to see a bunch of uppity college kids get their fucking comeuppance by a tribe of Amazonian cannibals, this is your film.
Yeah.
It's pretty gruesome.
Either literally like work your way up to work for a company that fucks with the rainforest and like be kind of like an embedded mole or something like that, or just like you're bitching because like they don't care. The loggers don't care.
Yeah,
about
these college kids go down and they're like,
in Connecticut.
We're gonna save the rainforest, and then they run into this. They get abducted by this Amazonian tribe who like don't speak the language and they use spears and they can't explain to them. Oh, we're here to save your rainforest. They just start chopping them all up and eating them. It
is truly fucked up. Yeah, because so even the tribes don't care that you're there to help them.
I rooted for the tribe the entire movie. I loved it.
Okay, so is this the New York? What the fuck is this? Okay. The Cut has put out new etiquette rules. Do you know how to behave? Are you sure? How to text, tip, ghost, host, and generally exist in polite society today. Oh boy. Okay, so I think this is
good.
Oh boy. And then you know what? There's this version, which is the real version, and then there's the New York Post version, which basically did a recap of this article. So I'm going to start with the Post version because it's on my reading level. Okay. Absurd new edicts advise New Yorkers to police their language tip at bodegas. New York Magazine has published an exhaustive new set of rules that touches on everything from tipping at bodegas to making small talk with celebrities to recovering from misgendering a new acquaintance. Fuck that.
Recovery time, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh my God. I found myself nodding a lot. You know how you recover from that? Sorry, you still look like a dude.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
No, and then, you just call them the right thing. Oh, is it over now? I hope.
Yeah. Sorry. Are you over it? Are you going to be offended for the rest of the fucking day? Is that why you did this? You're going to power over people?
I apologize. Yes, I saw your cock print and I got confused. That's on me.
Hand them a $20 bill. I mean, can we just shut the fuck up about this? Are we done? I found myself nodding along to some of the pronouncements. Don't go into a phone vortex at dinner. Treat and tip waiters and bartenders well, and most obvious of all, wear shoes in the office. Too bad then that many of the whopping 140 etiquette lessons are so deeply infantilizing. According to the magazine, thick-skinned, sharp-elbowed, ball-busting New Yorkers should be preoccupied with one thing: avoiding offending sensitive, self-centered people who hunt this concrete jungle in search of microaggressions. If their list is any indication, we're trying to make it at Oberlin, not the city Sinatra sang about. Among the highlights, don't address 2 or more women as ladies. From men, it's oddly creepy. From women, it's an unnecessary attempt to feign some kind of unity. I agree. Call us broads. Ladies,
what?
If you're upset at being called, this is why we fucking screw ourselves over every day.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, this is going to lead to like old spinster ladies who don't like guys aren't going to want to talk to anybody because everything's going to be the wrong thing to say.
And if a guy were to call you, call you guys, you'd have a problem with that too.
That I never care about, but like being called broads, I almost thought broads was kind of like a derogatory, like, haha, bunch of broads. Like,
it's kind of how it's meant. Yeah.
Thing now. Why would you ask to be called that?
No, I think that's the New York Post being cunty.
Oh.
Yeah. I love the New York Post. Avoid vague and cliche euphemisms for your privilege. This one made me question if I actually comprehend the English language.
Avoid
Vague and cliche euphemisms for your privilege. Oh, I guess they want you to acknowledge your like white privilege or whatever.
I read that as like, don't be sarcastic about it.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea what that means.
Accents aren't cute. It's condescending to describe them thusly. Fine, I will use adorable next time. Oh, okay. So you're not supposed to like,
Right.
Don't
I
comment
guess,
on an accent.
fetishize somebody's accent. This is obviously a woman that's complaining about this.
Right,
Like,
so-
no man is gonna be upset that someone comments on their accent.
Most of them would like it actually.
Right. So
from my
like
experience.
when you hear Eliza's World Star Hip Hop interviews, don't call her accent cute.
Yeah.
That's she worked hard on that accent.
Oh wow. Okay. So all right. Don't be loudly naive about dating apps if you're in a relationship. Apparently, curiosity is offensive and should only be expressed at low volumes.
Oh, so like don't act like you like so don't when so like if a person says they're on Tinder, they don't want the people in relationships belittling them or making them feel bad by going, I have no idea what a Tinder is.
Oh, you're on the fucking.
Oh wow.
So you don't want to you don't
Got
want to
it.
make the single person who's looking for a quick fuck. you
Don't
wanna make them feel bad.
app shame somebody.
Yeah. If
No
somebody's
shaming.
if somebody's looking for a shameful, dirty hookup in the middle of the night, don't make them feel bad. All right.
White people should always clearly pronounce 50 Cent. He's not fitty for you. Immutable characteristics dictate permissible use of language unless the topic is about misgendering somebody. In which case the proper use of language is driven by self-identity. Got it? Wow. Unless you're Eliza, then you can have
Yeah.
all the black that you want.
Right,
guess
absolutely,
so.
absolutely. And I think that actually goes without saying for the rest of this list. She's exempt.
Don't tell people they look like other people. You know, like starting a fucking conversation with somebody because it is potentially insulting. Unless I'm comparing you to Sloth from the Goonies, take it as a compliment.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
wow.
example, don't compare anyone to Dwight Schrute. It could hurt their feelings.
Well, in
Sorry.
fairness, they're all intending to hurt your feelings.
Thank you.
So
I'm going to bring up this other one. Here we go. So this is on Friends and Lovers. You don't have to read everyone's book. Okay, I like this rule. Like don't
Nope.
feel obligated
Oh.
to like I mean,
Oh.
I buy everyone's book. I haven't read them all yet.
I'm very bad at that. I have a bunch of books I don't read too.
Yeah, she keeps
You
them
may
on
ca-
display though, so she thinks people read them.
Okay, you
it
may
makes me
callously
scared.
you may callously cancel almost any plans up until 2 p.m.
What?
Okay, that's fair. Like if you have dinner plans with somebody.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like if you give me a couple hours clearance time, like if I've driven there already and I'm waiting for you, that's not okay.
Right. By 3 o'clock, they almost certainly will be alone for the night. This does not apply if you want to cancel on someone who is cooking for you. In that situation, you have to tell them the night before, right? Because they are
Yes.
buying stuff, making stuff.
Cleaning the house.
Right. Here's that rule again about being naive about dating apps. So which way do you swipe again? Oh my God. How insecure do you have to be? Like, look,
Right. Yeah, you
I mean, you
download
could just
the
you could
app.
brag about all the casual sex you're having to get back at the people in the relationship.
Exactly.
exactly.
Come on.
When
Oh.
shopping with a friend, don't cut them in the rack.
That would hurt like hell, I would imagine.
Jesus, yeah.
Cut them in the rack.
Doesn't even
Stab them in the tits. Don't do that.
Don't
It's
cut
mean.
That
them
sounds
in
like
the
top
rack.
surgery.
Don't transition your friend at the Mall of America.
Cut them in the rack.
Does that
You
mean
should-
like skipping through the rack ahead of them? What the hell?
Yeah, don't look ahead.
You should offer to let them try on the things you've decided not to buy.
Oh, don't grab things before.
Oh.
Okay.
Cut them
Well,
in
then
the
who grabs
rack.
first?
But what the hell? I mean,
I don't
what if they don't? What if they cut you in the rack? Like who
Yeah.
decides?
There's nobody going first then.
Who has the right of way in the rack?
I've literally never heard that phrase in my whole life, being cut in the rack. Because
That
if you're
really
shopping with a
doesn't
friend, you shouldn't be in the same exact spot anyway. You should both be
I'm
loose
never
in
like,
the store.
yeah, don't shop next to somebody. I'm not this close to someone shopping. We're spreading
Yeah.
it out. And if you see something cool, you bring it to
Right.
your friend and be like, do you think this would look good on me? Or I think this would look good on you. you know.
Like I've never like I can understand like how at a Burlington or a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx where they do have those long aisles,
Mhm.
like if you wanted to be with your friend, but
Sure.
then go back to back. Like don't
And
I don't know,
there's
don't shop
space
on this.
too.
That's so weird though.
Yeah. I
This
don't
is a
know.
dumb woman wrote this rule.
Yeah, this is a list of things that nobody asked her to make a list for. This
Very airheaded thing to do.
right.
Don't use friends as foreplay. If, as a couple, you start an argument in the middle of a group of friends, that group of friends may start looking a lot like potential allies. Resist the urge. Do not attempt to shore up support. Do not ask if you are clearly in the right. Just don't fight in front of
Yeah, don't fight in front of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Can that be a private thing? That's a problem with this too. Like nothing can be private anymore.
Yeah.
There's no private moments.
But it's like
Ugh.
this does sound like a woman who's just had a really bad run of social situations and then just
Right.
assumes the rest of us have these same problems and has made these are rules she's making for her and her group of people, but she's decided to project them out to the rest of us.
She's definitely had like an ex-partner that clearly tried to pit her friends against her.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
use that.
A lot of these are from experience. This is hilarious. Never wake up your significant other on purpose, ever. Don't turn on the lights when they're asleep. Jet lagged and want to talk? Don't do it. Think someone is coming in to kill you? Work it out yourself.
What Jesus.
I actually behave that way. Like if I ever get up in the middle of the night, I'm really careful about closing any door, like a bathroom door and stuff, so you don't wake up.
Well, there's a
I
difference
don't turn the
between
light on until I
This,
go in the
again, now
bathroom.
that Erin has said that, I'm now reading this like this is a woman who's upset that her ex kept waking her up.
Exactly, because we
Right.
all know to be like courteous if someone's sleeping. I don't think they're talking about that. They're talking about like somebody they were like worried about a noise they heard in the house and thought maybe they weren't safe, and they woke her up and she was pissed. And now we have to read this diarrhea of the
Like,
mouth article.
The comment like think someone is coming to kill you, work it out yourself. That actually was said to her, I'm assuming.
Yeah, right.
Like
She's
Yeah.
she hears a noise and she's like, "Hey, will you go check that out? I think somebody's in the house. Go check it out yourself. I'm sleeping."
Yeah.
The other day, I really did think I was like, Frank was sleeping because he like always falls asleep first, and I really did think that I heard the door. Like I thought I heard somebody coming in, so I was just like a dog. I just was like, and I swear to God, like it's like my head was up for like a good like 10 minutes before I went. I just was like waiting till I heard one more noise, and then I was going to do, and then I was like, all right, no, it's nothing. But it was I
do
really
that
held it out.
too. I do
That is
like,
odd when you hear like a dangerous noise and you think someone's coming to kill you, but all you're doing is sitting up like in
you're
your
making
underwear.
it worse.
And you're like, all I'm doing is waiting for this person to come kill me. I don't know what me sitting up staring into the darkness is doing to deter this person.
I always have a plan just in case there is actually somebody there. Like I've got something to take care of it or neutralize the situation, you know.
Well,
But
the thing is, the thing that I would need is not at the ready. It's not arm's distance
Right.
away. I'd have to.
mine's not
And
either.
then it's like, damn, I'd have to be like, hold on, murderer. Can I put my contacts in
Yeah.
first? Like, can you let me put on
Let
some
me put my
shoes?
glasses.
Yeah, if someone's breaking into your
My
house,
glasses.
they've
Ah!
they've more than likely got the drop on you in that situation. Like I know before, like I've heard noises and I'm like, oh man, and in case someone is in the house, I'll stomp down the stairs really loud so they know I mean business.
Yeah,
Like,
and it is the
Oh, we
strangest
got a
thing.
stomper. Turn around.
oh boy, this guy sounds like a prick. I think we should probably we should abort these plans.
I think it is strange too how when we hear these sounds, we do just sit there kind of frozen in bed for the longest time. Like I refuse to move. I don't know what that is, but I'm just like
It's
rigid,
funny.
waiting for something.
We don't investigate whether or not anyone's there. We just sit up long enough to go, well, nobody shot me in the head yet. I'll go back to sleep.
I
This
think
is actually brilliant. A Remington pump sound on your phone. I
like
I
that.
am guessing that's a gun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
unless-
shotgun.
unless they're also armed and then they fire first. You know?
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
just encourages them to shoot.
Right, because now they think they're defending themselves. don't
I
know.
do like that idea though.
I think the worst thing though, like what's worse to me than just hearing a noise organically by yourself is if your dog keeps staring at something and growling, but you don't see anything. That is maybe the worst moment ever.
While on a date, if you find you're talking a lot, ask yourself, when was the last time I asked a question?
Uh-oh. See, there you go. There's that personal
Yeah.
shit.
There she goes.
Yep.
This is just common sense. It's acceptable to tell any kind of a lie in order to leave a drink state.
See, again, somebody's got a guilty conscience.
You're like, it's not food. It's not, drinks. You can just leave some cash and then bounce.
Right.
But here's the thing: if it's a drinks date, the stakes are so low that you can just be honest. Like, if you'll never see this person again, just be like, yeah, I'm really not feeling this, or like,
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna head home. I'll maybe see you later.
I got a thing in the morning.
My mom died. Oh, well, shit. I guess you should probably leave then.
Oh, my house is on fire.
Yeah.
This is funny. If someone starts telling you a story you've heard before, you have 2 seconds to tell them.
These are arbitrary rules that she set in her life. I don't
I think it's much funnier to let them tell the whole 90% of the story and then you tell them how it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh, when you did this thing that you told me about last week.
Right. Invest in your gag.
Yeah. Wow. Good. Rules for straight people.
Great. I'm excited.
Straight people can use the word partner only when they're trying to get something out of it. What?
Like some ass or what?
Partner.
Oh, okay. It's only okay when you're trying to procure an apartment or a seat next to your partner on an airplane. What?
Yeah, again, we're left out. The reason this doesn't make sense to us is because it didn't just happen to us on an airplane 2 weeks ago like it did for her.
We haven't lived her life with her.
This rule doesn't apply to people who are actively resisting the patriarchy by refusing to get married. That's another word for spinster. That's another way to say like nobody will have you, but just say that you're resisting the patriarchy by refusing to get married. That's great.
That's what I love about the whole feminist thing about like, oh, don't get married because it's the patriarchy. Yeah, you know what you should do? You should just fuck him for free instead and not make him commit. That's a much better. He's going to really feel that one.
Yeah, and have no security.
Yes.
Yeah, wait till you're older and worse looking and then find somebody. Great idea. When another human is present, don't talk to your animal in the private.
Oh, no. I just imagine it.
Oh my God.
Hi, schmuppins.
We've all done it, though.
Muffin. I'll talk to Muffin like this.
I think we've all done that. I know I've done that.
I talk to my dog in one voice. That's my voice.
Gay.
It's also the voice he uses to talk to April. And
the gay
it's
one.
accurate.
On a date, all individuals present should gently and politely compete to pay the entire bill. No, I am not about gently and politely. If I want to pay the bill, like someone's going to lose a tooth. You know what I mean? Like I mean business.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be the first one to snatch it off the table. Typically.
Yeah. I like that. It should be a competition. Like it should get to the point where someone has to sneak off to the bathroom in order to like beat you to the check. Like I think that's so fun. Yeah. Like just to slide the card. I think that's so neat. I just think that's fun to do.
Yeah.
I kind of have a rule of like 2. Like I'll reach and grab it, and if someone else grab it, I go, no, I got it. And they're like, no, I insist. I go, no, I got it.
You do 2 no's.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sit there and fight you over it all day, but like I'll give you 2. And then on the third one, I'll go, God, if it's that fucking important, fine.
Go ahead.
Like I guess clearly you have something to prove.
Doesn't usually get to the 2 though.
It's never too late to send a condolence note.
Uh-oh. Somebody died and she never.
Yeah.
I mean, what if they're done mourning and they don't want to hear about it anymore?
I mean, what if it's like my mom died 4 years ago? I think it would be too late now.
A little bit.
Dear Lincoln family, sorry to hear about Abe's assassination. I think it's too late. Yeah.
Dear 9/11 widow.
Aww.
I know you finally remarried and moved on with your life, but I just wanted to let you know the fiery hell in which your husband died.
Dear Pete Davidson's mom.
Send them one.
Dear Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, Pete, I'm so sorry about your dad.
Never send an edible arrangement. Come on.
And this is too specific.
Never send an edible arrangement. Really?
A smoked turkey is nice for a grieving family. It can feed a lot of people. It's delicious, cold or warm. Yeah, clearly, there's a death involved with this lady situation here.
Yeah, somebody died and she really wanted to smoke turkey and didn't get it.
And she also is a big babka fan because who thinks of babka right away?
Nobody should ever think of babka.
I feel like this author's just doing all of her venting right here.
Oh my God. It sounds like a radio DJ, like babka in the morning.
Yeah. This lady is remarkably unlovable.
It's okay to ghost after one date. Again, these are just rules for her.
Right. It's okay for you to do this. Go ahead.
The hell?
Oh my God. Yeah, sure, it's okay, but like that shouldn't be your goal. You should
Really?
strive
No,
not
Yeah.
to do
I
that.
You shouldn't be planning it.
I don't think I've ever done that. I've always just been pretty polite. Like, no,
Oh no.
I don't
If you
think
ghost someone, stay gone forever.
That's right. I'm ghosting you. And when I ghost you, you stay gone or you be gone.
Yeah. What I cannot understand is ghosting someone and then coming back several years later to request a favor.
Uh-oh.
This
Oh,
happens to
boy.
everybody though. Like this
Yeah.
is called
Mhm.
this is why Facebook was invented.
Yeah.
Memories.
This is but this is definitely some guy keeps texting her in the middle of the night to come over and she's like, "Oh, I
Yep.
thought you ghosted me."
Yeah. Or
Don't wait. Don't wait for the right time to break up with somebody. Wow.
Wow.
If you're dating an adult, you should own lube. So this is her mad that the guy she was with didn't own lube.
if you're dating an adult,
No,
you
I disagree with this wholeheartedly because some people have sensitivities to certain types of lube. Like it took me a lot of tries to find one I didn't like, that didn't burn, that wasn't weird or smelled or tasted bad. Like, don't be picking someone's lube for like, I don't know.
If you're dating an adult, you should own lube. Again, these are just
That's just
really
kind of-
weird rules that like you don't need to tell other it's way too like all of
It's
her
very
shit is way
personal.
about her.
I also disagree with this. If your friend is dating someone you seriously object to, you have one shot to sit. No, because we did this with my sister and she did full steam ahead and now they're married. So
Right. They'll lean in.
yeah. The best thing is to just not say anything.
If your friend is dating, that's it's terrible advice.
God, yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I've been there before where you've had like one of your good friends date a guy that you know is a total piece of shit, and you kind of just have to let them find that out sometimes, unless
Yeah.
it's something awful, that they've done, of course.
You have one shot. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what we did. We said, here, we found the mug shots. We're concerned. And
Yeah.
then
Right. Like if
didn't
it's
do
Ted
shit.
Bundy, by all means, say something.
He was dreamy though.
Wow.
He'll turn it around for the next one.
Gift randomly. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
this
all
is
right.
just
Okay.
I feel like she had to get to like 25 or 30. If
She's-
she's padding the
she-
list.
She never got gifts randomly. She's always
this is
gifted.
horrible. If you're real friends, you accommodate the most COVID careful among you.
No, they
Come,
just come with.
no, I'm about the actual opposite of this rule.
They
Yeah.
stay home then.
We don't really need to be real friends then, I guess.
I don't think they get the
Yeah.
invite.
Yeah. Like if you can't breathe air just with your raw face to the world, like maybe we shouldn't hang out.
Yeah, here we'll accommodate the most COVID careful among us. We won't invite you to the event. You won't have a good time.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, there's so many rules on here. Strangers and others.
Oh
If
God.
you've met someone and they clearly don't remember your name, usually it's me not remembering someone else's name, and then I'll try to
Yeah.
find someone nearby, and I'll be like, "Oh, have you guys met each other?" And then I let the new person figure out their name.
I'm really good with faces, not names. I'm not good with names until I've like said it back to that person.
Or you confidently say just any name. You'd be like, "Oh, Adam, right?" And then they'll say,
Yeah.
"No, I'm Tim." And you're like, "Oh my
Mhm.
God, you look like my friend Adam."
Most people find it funny when you fuck up their name anyway. If you haven't seen them a couple times, like, no, it's Jeff, and it's not a big deal. Again, this woman worries in her own head about all of these things that
Right.
nobody gives a shit about.
Imagine being upset that somebody didn't exactly remember your name and you haven't seen them in so long.
I love that it only took us like 2 of these rules for us to realize that this was 100% projection.
It's never answer a compliment with a compliment. Oh God, she's upset that somebody said in response to her liking their pants that they liked her glasses.
What a bitch.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This one-
Don't you want people to like them? They're on your face.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
if someone-
Don't ask people how they got COVID. Are you kidding me?
Oh boy.
Oh, well, I was on vacation.
This
in a
is
lab
so
in
funny.
China.
It is. It's funny to get a little peek inside, like the mind of a brainwashed person. You know, like they're actually thinking about this stuff.
I do remember that during the pandemic, like lockdowns and stuff though. So I've had COVID twice and so has he. And there are some cunty people out there like, oh, well, were you going out a whole bunch? That'll just be shitty to you. Like,
They want
"Oh,
to
how'd
shame
you get
you.
it?" Yeah. Yes, I was trying to live my life.
Yeah. Or why they're wearing a mask. Yeah, don't ask that. You already know.
Yeah, that's self.
If their mask makes you nervous, put one on too. That's not the move.
No.
If their mask makes you annoyed, get over yourself.
Thanks.
Wow.
Yeah. God, didn't you get tired of running the world?
Maybe they're feeling ugly.
So it's not even medical anymore.
Actually, I did see an article today about a study. I don't know where the study's from, but it did say that less attractive people wear masks more.
Oh, I sent that to you.
You did? Okay,
I sent
you
that
sent
to you at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Never ask someone about their nationality if you want to know their ethnicity. You're supposed to say, "What is your ethnic heritage?"
And they'll go, "Well, I came from India." Like that's.
Yeah. No, where are you really from?
Yeah.
There's the accents aren't cute again.
Oh, there's that one. Yeah. If you bring up astrology and it isn't met enthusiastically, change the topic. All right.
Or you talk about it for 10 minutes explaining how they're totally a Gemini. They just don't know it.
Isn't that funny? And then all that stuff like somehow seems to fit the person. Always.
That's because it fits everybody. Yeah.
Never ask anyone what their job is.
That's one of the biggest icebreakers of all time.
Because it's classist and boring.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Try 3 other topics first. So you can't ask them how they got COVID. You can't ask what their job is.
Don't ask them why they're wearing a mask.
Ask them if they have lube.
You can't ask. Yeah, you can't ask them if they have lube. Yeah.
Don't ask them where their accent's from.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just
always wink. This person is all over the place.
Person's losing their mind.
I can't wink. What the hell?
Oh my God. Do not touch the small of my back to move around me at the bar if you're ugly. I actually love this rule.
These are getting more and more specific though.
I need to know this person. When we're done with this, I need to know their name so I can look them up. The unmitigated gall of telling ugly people that you can't touch the small of someone's back.
I kind of
just where can you touch them?
Why are we touching though?
What if she's like really like deprived of any kind of sexuality? She's like, yeah, just go right ahead and grab my ass when you walk.
This is just a politeness thing because you obviously you don't want to grab somebody's ass. And then if someone grabs your shoulders, that can feel like aggressive and like too much. Small of the back is just like a hey, I'm here trying to get by. It's not like there's a casual way to do that.
I always typically just walk by like this. I don't typically touch people, I guess. It's weird.
Yeah, because you're a girl. It's also a great excuse to touch somebody.
Yeah, maybe I will now. I'll start touching back.
Never show that you're impressed by anyone. Again, this is not a way to live.
Wow. Yeah, this is terrible.
This is getting worse and worse.
It is a good window though, like to how these people, like these like really liberal New Yorkers.
Oh my God, literally, Pete Davidson is in one of these rules.
Oh, great.
Here's a good way to handle yourself when being introduced to a famous person. Your friend. This is my boyfriend, Pete Davidson. Oh, Pete. Oh, of course. So nice to meet you. It's weird to pretend you don't know who they are unless you're a true fan. Saying that you love their work just feels disingenuous.
When is this going to happen? Like I highly doubt anyone she hangs out with is going to be dating anyone famous anytime soon.
Okay, this is funny. I actually agree with this one. If you and Bobby De Niro go way back, but to everyone else, he's Robert. Same goes for Annie Hathaway and Jen Lawrence. Nickname dropping is worse than regular name dropping.
Yeah.
I agree. That's annoying. This is the only one I agree with.
Yeah,
that one's all. Yeah,
I have heard people say Bobby De Niro. That's so funny.
What if you said you call?
No, never.
He calls people by like nicknames and shit too. I'm like, you don't know that person.
I've never said that.
Please stop.
Never once.
Tony Cumia. Oh God.
Hey,
Tony Two Shirts.
Hey.
Or Ann. Like it.
I don't call him. No.
You've never talked to him. Well, we obviously have, but
yeah. I just call him Dad now.
Oh God. You can recover from misgendering someone. You're supposed to say, thanks for correcting me.
Okay, but then do they continue to be shitty about it for a while? Because
what if someone's an asshole?
Mine's always followed by, I gotta go.
Oh my God, there's so many rules here.
Jesus.
I'm not going to go through all of them.
How do you
Oh my
keep track of
God.
these rules?
If your burger's becoming a salad, your restaurant modifications are going too far. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah,
an
she's padding
iceberg
this list.
lettuce wedge burger.
Don't foist your allergies onto a dinner party.
There's some of her bitterness that's kind of endearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am legitimately allergic to shrimp. In fact, tonight we had Chinese and I by accident had half a egg roll with shrimp in it. And I was like, well, this is going to be a fun rest of my night just to see like what happens.
So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like I was not going to cancel because I'm like, worst case is like my lips will just blow up and itch. It's not like my throat closes up or anything. It's just like.
I've had an on again, off again allergy to peanuts my entire life. Sometimes I'm fine, and then other times I've been really sick. Mostly as a kid, it's very weird.
Okay, this is another really good one. This is actually good. To gracefully exit a boring conversation, merge with another chatting duo, and then sneak away. That's I've seen a lot of people use this.
Pretty smart, yeah.
Or just be like, I'm gonna go get more punch.
Yeah.
You learn that one in high school, though. Like, that's when you don't want to hurt someone's feeling in high school. You just kind of, because in the hallways, you all just have kind of different groups, and you just kind of, you hop.
The grace period for one-on-one social lateness without penalty is 10 minutes. I agree. Because after 10 minutes, you're officially late. Like the 10 minutes is the grace period.
Aaron's not the one.
I am a remarkable time Nazi. I'm not going to thrust my time Nazi shit on anybody else. I understand that I'm a psychopath when it comes to that shit.
He's disgusting.
To me, it's
wow.
like I'm like a shitty
time lord.
Yeah, I'm like a shitty high school gym teacher. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. We don't fight about much, but there's been times where it's like, oh, you're just like evil and pissy if we're not out the door 15 minutes earlier than necessary.
Well, to me,
and
like
the kids, so much so that the kids like know it's coming. Like they're afraid of the time Nazi coming down the hall.
To me, the thing starts at let's say the thing starts at 6. You have to be in position, ready to start by 6.
But most people know that.
But they don't. Then why don't they do it? I don't want to. I'm not doing this tonight. I'm going to be in a good mood.
Venmo's remind button is too aggressive. Text them instead. Wow. This one is specifically for Anthony Cumia. White people should not use any variation of racial slurs at karaoke.
Oh, fight me, bitch.
Well, that's fucked up.
Unless you're a content house.
Yeah, I'll sing YG if I want to.
That's funny. Oh my God.
Don't have
an ironic birthday party. Mind your business.
That's the only kind he wants. Yeah. I don't like celebrating myself. And what's
rude to the people genuinely enjoying medieval times.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, let's see. Wow, there's so many rules.
My God.
It's just there's got to be 100 of these things.
That again, I bet if she ends at exactly 100, she's definitely padding this list. That's what some of these are.
It's fine to use COVID as an excuse to get out of anything. See, I don't like this.
No. At this point, if you have COVID, just go out.
It gave so many people excuses for everything, though. Now I have a purpose to yell at you for, and now I don't have to go to your thing.
But you can't use COVID as an excuse because then what if they ask you how you got it? That's against the rules.
Yeah.
You can say anything right down to I went to a grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty simple.
Oh my God.
There's more than 100, isn't there?
I hate these work ones. Don't Zoom from the Palace of Versailles. Oh, shut up.
I have that problem all the time.
There's more than 100.
There are more than 100. Yep.
So she means these. Oh my goodness.
Don't comment on other people's food.
This is a work rule.
Yeah.
You don't know their trauma. Oh my God. For real. She said you don't know their trauma.
It's a sandwich.
You don't know their trauma.
You don't know,
Pastrami.
My uncle raped me with a turkey sandwich once, so.
Oh no. Yeah, but what if you guys trauma bond over there? Like, yeah, my uncle raped me with a turkey sandwich once too.
Oh, well, my uncle used salami, and then you're all talking.
What's the best lunch meat to do it with? What do you guys think?
My aunt did it with a hot dog.
Beef.
My grandparents were really poor. They used Buddig brand.
Olive
my
loaf.
parents used peanut butter and jelly.
It's really messy.
Mine used summer sausage. Those fucking monsters.
You can eat anything at your desk in an open plan office. Oh my God.
Thanks for the permission.
Thanks.
Disclose your recent positive COVID test to those possibly affected promptly, but without. I literally did stand up with COVID. Like I fucking did a meet and greet. I had no idea until I got home, and then gave it to Frank and his whole family. And then I was like, "Oh, I've had a headache for like 3 days straight," and I only tested because Frank tested, and I'm like, "Oops,
Yeah.
we all have it."
I don't
Good
know.
times,
Like,
though.
is it really a big deal if they don't get sick?
Right. Do I need to say anything?
Do I
if
need to
nobody
say
gets
anything?
sick?
Just watch them.
How much of her life did she spend putting this together?
This is so much, and now these have to do with the city.
Ugh.
If you are a fast walker and the person in front of you on the sidewalk is walking slowly, do not walk directly behind them for blocks on end.
Oh,
That's
lest they
weird.
feel like they're being followed.
If she were in charge, do you know how quickly there'd be a violent revolution?
Ugh, everyone
Yeah.
would hate everybody.
Oh,
This I don't like. Don't try to help a stranger parallel park. No, people sometimes need help.
right. Sometimes it's affecting you that they can't parallel
Right.
park.
Mm-hmm.
Gossip as if the friend was 12 feet from you. Oh, look at this. Saw someone shoplifting? No, you didn't. This is why New York City has descended into absolute disgusting
Right.
chaos.
In the West Coast, it's everywhere. It's on the
No,
coast.
you
now.
didn't. Ditto for jumping the turnstile. Wow.
Yeah. Right. Because nothing bad ever happens when someone jumps the turnstile. You know, they don't bash an old lady in the head. Saw someone shoplifting? No, you didn't. Right. That doesn't affect the price of your goods or, you know, whether or not that business is
Jeez.
there in a couple of months. Ugh.
It's just that
Dang it.
you didn't see that society.
Right. She's a shoplifter. That's what it is. She likes to steal shit.
No, because she also, if you were to ask her to explain why, she would bring up racism.
Oh, yeah. Well, that black person needed those earrings.
Oh, let them get their, what's it called? Retribution?
Oh, reparations.
Reparations. Don't talk shit about your baby. I've had it with this person.
Don't talk shit about your
my
baby. What do you do with yourself? There needs to be a vent on that teapot.
Right.
I mean, for God's sake.
It's being a dick. It's waking you up all the time.
You're not
You get-
fucking sleeping. You're wiping his ass all the time.
There's nothing better to talk shit about than a baby. They don't hold a grudge. They don't
Yeah.
know what you're saying. It
Yeah.
doesn't upset them.
It's literally the only time in their life that you can say whatever you want,
Right.
and you don't have to.
Anything.
You should only talk shit about a baby. What a better society we'd be living in.
Oh my
If you
God.
only
Don't
talk shit about babies.
You're also supposed to
kind of-
not stare at babies that are crying.
Why the hell not?
I won't. I'll talk shit about it.
I
Don't
talk
ever
shit
message
and
someone K. Yeah, K is very like fuck you. I love that though.
Yeah.
Don't scroll through
Mm.
anyone's photo roll. Oh, there's too many rolls. I mean, you were like, is it going to be 100? It's well into.
God, we're pushing 200.
They have
This
whew,
person's alone.
Oh my
100
God. 140.
140. Don't post RIPs for celebrities.
Yeah, but what if
I'm
it's
just saying-
Bobby De Niro and I know him really well?
Or
Yeah,
Anne
what if you knew
Hathaway.
someone well?
Yeah.
Post like the wind. Okay, this. Who
This has been.
who is this person?
Yes, we
What's
have to
their
look
name?
into them.
We need a name.
Go all the way to the top. It'll be there.
Who
No?
the fuck wrote
It
this?
should be right there.
Was this like a staff thing? Like they all got together and
This
made
was a staff. This was a staff infection. Okay,
Oh,
let's see.
God. Perfect
Look,
way to
there's like
put it.
a.
They might have
it's a
all died then.
It's a
Yeah.
collaborative. Okay, additional contributions by Miriam Aldhani. I
Oh,
wonder if she's. Oh, see, they did it in alphabetical. Rachel Basheen, Marissa. I'm seeing a lot of girls on this.
I'm not seeing any
Danielle
guys. Oh,
Cohen,
there's a Brock.
Rock Collier, he's a cuck. Chris Crowley,
Gay.
Andrea Gonzalez. She's probably the one that had the problem with the accent.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Hudge Kong, wait, Sudge Jong, Suk Jong Hong.
They made that name up. That sounds like a
probably the-
racist made up name.
Yes, Suck Jong. Yeah. Danya. Okay, Takara Love. That sounds like a porn star. Taraka Love. Wow.
So
All
this
Yeah,
is
I'm
just a
seeing-
group
fired.
effort.
Seeing a lot of women and a few token guys in
Mm.
there.
Definitely all gay, right?
This is great. This is fun. I didn't know there'd be so many.
God, that was taxing.
That was-
It was. I'm exhausted. I'm like at so many points during that. I was like, I should probably wrap it up. I should probably like, and then I was like, oh, one. I would scroll and I'd see
Got
another really
worse.
horrible one.
Yeah.
yeah, that made me feel so bad. I
I'm
need to go
sorry
talk
for-
shit about a baby.
Forcing you guys through that. Rupert, quarantine the movie with my bro at 14, middle of the night. Oh, okay.
I was supposed to watch Quarantine.
When?
I think you
Oh,
wanted. Yeah.
it was
down.
for you.
Wait,
Oh
that
my
wasn't
God.
that the Deb Morgan Dexter movie?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I did see
actually am
that.
losing track of the ones we've
Yeah.
watched.
Oh my God, guys. Yeah, well, it was fun. It was fun to go through all the new etiquette rules with you. I'm gonna write my own etiquette rules. I'm fired
That
up.
could be fun. I think we should all do that and
Yeah.
compare.
Yeah, like
notes.
anti-woke etiquette.
Yeah, just compare yours to hers, like all the edits you made. Just like be very stingy about lube.
Yes. Stingy about lube. Not in Biden's America. That shit's expensive.
Oh,
BYOL.
He had his State of the Union address tonight. I'm excited to hear little.
I'm
Cliff
sure it was
notes.
Oh
really-
yes.
sure
Did
it was
anybody
really-
watch it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll
I'm
look
sure
for
it
the
was,
highlights.
Somebody did.
that's kind of my thought too. I'm like, I'll look for the highlights and I'll
Exactly.
just, God, I hope he fell asleep.
He's not far from it.
I hope he
He's
did.
being held up by little puppet strings. I swear
Yeah.
to God.
He's heavily medicated. April and Aaron, thank you so much for coming on. I adore you both so much. Tell the good people what's coming up and where you can be found.
Oh, you're looking at me. Okay, I'll do it.
I can.
We Steel Toe Morning Show on YouTube. Go subscribe to the channel. That would be great. We are currently serving. We're on day 6 technically of a 7-day suspension. Our show will be back on YouTube at 6 a.m. Central Time Thursday. Right now we're on the alternative platform. I think you had it down there. We're on Rumble. We're there 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. In the mornings, Monday through Friday, and the evenings, Monday through Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Central. At Aaron Imholt on Twitter, at April_Imholt on Twitter as well. And like I said, we'll simulcast on both platforms starting Thursday morning. Otherwise, go to our YouTube channel, check out all the stuff. There's quite a backlog there.
Yep.
Oh, and you guys have merch, right? The lovely sweatshirt that you sent me, that's available.
SteelToeEntertainment.com/shop. SteelToeEntertainment.com/shop to pick up
cozy.
any of that. The hoodie's the best one out of all.
They are cozy. It's like kind of like slinky and smoothie. It's like
But on
It's
the
nice.
inside, really soft. It is
Yeah.
very cool. I
just like
it.
you guys.
Oh,
Aw,
thank you. You're not so
thanks.
bad yourself. Your baby's a piece of shit, though.
You're right. I want to shit talk a baby now as soon as
Yeah.
I see it.
That is some
Don't
kind
shit
of
talk the babies. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat for your comments and your questions. And we will see you next time, guys. Thanks and bye.